So Warhammer Vermintide 2 was free on Steam for a few days and I downloaded it with zero expectations. I thought I'd play 1 or 2 rounds and that would be it, but instead I found myself thoroughly enjoying the game because who doesn't like fighting for their life against 40,000 rats coming from every angle? And honestly, I do think this game I really enjoyed, and that's why I gotta talk about it. So in today's video, I'm gonna delve into why, in my opinion, Warhammer Vermintide 2 is a hidden gem, even now in 2025, going into 2026. So sit on your coffee table, let's have some coffee, and listen to me blabber on about why I think Warhammer Vermintide 2 is a hidden gem. Warhammer Vermintide 2 was released back in 2018 by Fatshark, and this was made to be the sequel to their 2015's Warhammer End Times Vermintide. Now please don't get confused, Warhammer Vermintide, which I'll just refer to as Vermintide 2, is not part of the Warhammer 40k franchise. I was tricked in quotations into that as well. I thought it would be a Warhammer game, got it, played it, it wasn't, but I really enjoyed it. Don't click off the video. I think even if you're a Warhammer fan like I am, you will also enjoy Warhammer Vermintide 2, as you also are slaying through a lot of enemies and things. It's quite nice, it's quite fun. Now, the only reason I did try this game, besides the whole fact that I thought it was a Warhammer 40k game, is because it was free at the time. And as you know, if you see the word free, or 100% off, you're gonna click it as fast as you can. But at the moment I loaded into the game, the atmosphere, the sound design, the weight of the combat, I instantly knew this wasn't your average hack and slash game. And that's how I'm gonna lead into my first impression. After you finish the tutorial, which teaches you the basics about how to do all the basic combat things, which I'll get into later, you can hop into your first match. Instead of playing with some friends because they were off, I decided my first match will be with some random players. I joined a random game, and within 2 minutes a horde rushed us like we owed them money, like they were Moon Knight and we were Dracula. They came in. You swing once, 3 rats explode, you swing again, and suddenly you're starting to overheat, your stamina is running out, and your teammate is screaming for help because they just got downed. It's overwhelming in a great way. This game doesn't ease you into it. It's like they throw you into a blender and expect you to know how to jump over the blades. That's going to lead me into my next section of the video, the combat system. You have light and heavy attacks. Light's are obviously quicker, heavies are slower but do more damage. You have blocking, dodging, pushing, cleaving, and a stagger system. I don't want to spoil too much because I think it would be nice if you guys go in and experience it for yourself. Now, honestly, and which should be self-explanatory, this is the star of the show. This is what makes or breaks a hack and slash game, is its combat system. With every hit, it feels heavy. This is something I don't see a lot in a lot of my hack and slash games, is you swing and you feel like you're cutting through air. In Vermintide 2, you feel like there's weight in every hit. You feel the impact, the slowdown, the stagger, and that really is a nice touch to the game, which really drew me in. I love that in games. You can feel the weight behind your swings. Now in this game, you can't just button mash. There's dodging, there's blocking, there's pushing, you have to manage your stamina, and there are weapon combos. You actually have to learn how to use your weapon. Albeit this isn't very difficult and you can learn that very quickly, but that's also what makes my point satisfying, is even though you have all these points that you have to remember, it's easy to memorize and it's easy to figure out how every weapon works. And I feel like that's what makes it so satisfying. It's not tedious, it's very easy, it's very straightforward, and with that you can take on your hordes. On that note, I'm going to talk about the chaos in this game. The chaos is controlled. Yes, it's chaotic, but once you learn these systems, which I talked about above, you start slicing through your hordes like a pro. And that learning curve makes every match feel rewarding, because there's nothing more satisfying to someone who wants to play a hack and slash than hacking and slashing through mass hordes of enemies. Another point that I want to make is that there is really good sound design. Now, it is really beautiful when you get a headshot and you have that nice sound. It's beautiful. Don't question why I feel like it's therapeutic. Every hack and slash player knows why good sound when it comes to fighting hordes sounds therapeutic. It's better than any ASMR, and I'm not changing my point. Anyways, I am moving on. The heroes and the subclasses. There is another reason why I fell in love with this game, and it's the classes that actually feel very different. For example, you have Carillion, she is the elf, she moves fast, she is deadly, she uses a bow, and she will steal all the ammo, every single match. Next you have Varden, the dwarf. He is built like a fridge and he hits like one too. He can be a tank, he can be an engineer, and he can be a slayer. You name it, he probably can do it. He can even throw bombs, I'm pretty sure. Next is the Witch Hunter. I'm sorry if I butcher this name, I cannot say it. Saltzprior, I don't know, forgive me. Anyways, he is a critical hit, he critical hits everywhere, he has pistols, melee combos, he is super fun to play. Another character is Selena, who is a fire wizard. You overheat constantly, you burn, you take damage to yourself more than the enemies. You burn everything, and you accidentally sometimes kill your friend's frame rate if they're playing on a potato PC, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, next you have the Knight. I think his name is Krupa, and he is the most normal guy of the group, and yet somehow he is a walking tank that destroys everything. Now, on top of all this, each character hero has a subclass, which in the game is called a career. Each is a completely different playstyle. One isn't overtly better than the other, even though some are. You can go from a tank to an assassin to a ranged DPS just by switching. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You have 4 characters. Your base start, not 4 characters, 4 careers for one character, my bad. You have the start character, which you start off with. You unlock one at level 7 and one at level 12 or 14, I can't remember. And then you have one DLC. Now, don't go thinking that the DLC is overtly better than the other and impulse buying. I did that with Carillion. I bought Sister of the Thorns, and I played it. It was very defensive, very support. I think it would be good for support. But I ended up, after leveling up, switching to Carillion's Shade character, which is an assassin. Much stronger, much better for my playstyle. So, just because they're a higher level and unlocks at a higher level doesn't mean they are overtly better. They are very dependent on your playstyle and what you want to play. I maxed out 2 characters, I'm maxing out a 3rd. I might have an addiction. Anyways. Next I'll talk about the maps and the atmosphere. The maps in Vermintide 2 are actually incredible. You have dark forests, burning villages, castles, swamps, cathedrals, you name it, it is probably in there in one way or another. Hell, there's even a massive bell strapped on sides which you have to shoot down. Anyways, they are packed with details every single map, and even if you replay them 100 times, they don't overtly get boring. The atmosphere is thick, it's grim, it's dark, and it's beautiful. Next I want to talk about is the enemy and bosses. Now, you have enemy variants, you have a lot of different things when it comes to your enemies, they normally hoard. Now, my biggest thing when you play, and my biggest recommendation is, you have your rats, you have your chaos warriors, then you have the assassin, leeches, and hook rats. And my word, these special enemies, every single one of them are dangerous. For example, there was a joke going around my friend group where if we brought a new player in, we would have purposefully go far ahead of them so that they lag behind. I know it's mean, but just listen and hear me out. We did that because we knew a hook rat always goes from the back for some reason, and it would grab them, and this was like our kind of initiation welcoming them into the game. Because now they know that anything that does that has a red line means you cannot get out of it. Only your teammate can save you. So if an assassin jumps on you, you accept your fate unless your teammate's helpful enough to kill it and stop it from killing you. Now, next is all the bosses. Bosses change very different. Like, for example, a Chaos Spawn, or Bile Ogre. I don't want to spoil too many of them, but all I'll say is one boss literally grabbed me and started chewing at my face like I was a chicken wing. Another one threw me across the map like I was a frisbee. That's all you need to know, and it's unpredictable, it's fun, and I do think if you play it, you'll understand. Now, next I want to talk about is progression and loot. The loot system is really nice. I do like the whole Spoils of War system, where you finish a match, you get stuff in the match like a grimoire or a tomb book, and you will get higher level loot boxes to upgrade your gear and craft your weapons. There's always something to really chase here. And if you really want to level up fast and get gear quickly, I would recommend Chaos Waste. That game mode is really fun. It doesn't matter about your damage or your level too much unless you play on a high difficulty, and you get a lot of loot, you get a lot of XP, you level up very nicely. And in my opinion, that does help with the difficulty curve. It's not too difficult, it's not punishing, but it does improve your builds a lot. Another one I want to talk about is, why is the game a hidden gem? I feel like that was the title of the video, so I might as well give you my reasoning. So after all of this, why is Vermintide 2, in my opinion, underrated, a hidden gem? You know, there was a period where co-op horde games weren't getting a lot of attention. Games like Left 4 Dead was old, Back 4 Blood wasn't out yet, and people wanted PvP titles. So Vermintide 2 kind of fell into a quiet area. And not just that, but their game company called Fat Shark, they released a new game called Warhammer 40k Darktide. This was part of the Warhammer title. Now, when Darktide released, everyone moved their attention there. Some players came back, but a lot didn't. And that left Warhammer Vermintide 2 in this weird space of a forgotten classic category, where this now time of it being free for a certain amount of time, allowing us to download it, did spark it up again, and I do like that. Another reason I do think was, anyway, for me, I never heard of it until now. I don't know, I may be wrong, but one of my points here is, I don't think Vermintide had a big marketing push. I didn't see any big trailers, I didn't see streamers playing it, I didn't see a lot of advertising for the game. I only found it because I was using this website called SteamDB. I'll link it in the description. It's how I see all my free games that are going to come out soon. Well, not free, but all the games are 100% off. I'll link it in the description so you guys can look at that too if you don't know about it. Now, my final review. So here is my final verdict. Vermintide 2 is, in my opinion, an absolute hidden gem. The combat is beautiful, the classes are fun and complex, the co-op is chaotic, and the replay value is really massive. They have campaign, they have chaos, and they have multiplayer. The multiplayer is so fun. And if you liked your games like Left 4 Dead or any real co-op game, you need to try this. Even if you missed the free weekend, if the game goes on sale, go for it and grab it. I think it goes on sale often, so if it does and you are willing to pay for it, unless you got it in the free period, then go for it. Give it a try. You can always refund it in the first 2 hours on Steam. So yeah, I downloaded it because it was free. I kept playing it because it was incredible. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know what game I should check out next. And seriously, go play Vermintide. You won't regret it.